Hello, I'm Jacob Coakley, and welcome to the Stage Directions Video Editor's Note for September 2016. In my printed EdNote, I talk about the incredible success of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, both in its live performances in London and sales of the script itself, which have been incredible. But for me, the Harry Potter play reignited something that's been bugging me since 2004 and the very first Prisoner of Azkaban trailer, namely the Hogwarts Frog Choir. Remember them gamely singing the song Double Trouble, aka the witch's something wicked this way comes speech from Macbeth? Yes, I said it. Deal with it. Anyways, in case you forgot, here's who they are.
Welcome, welcome to another year at Hogwarts.
Now, there's a few things I can pick apart here. One, is it appropriate to be teaching middle schoolers Macbeth? Two, they sing this at the Welcome Back to Hogwarts banquet at the start of the school year. They've only been at Hogwarts for a couple hours. When did they possibly have time to rehearse? And lastly, and most importantly, Hogwarts has a student choir? Because you know what that meant to me? That meant that if Hogwarts has a student choir, it has a fine arts program. And if it has a fine arts program, it has a theater program. Which means that somewhere, sometime, whenever Harry was off practicing Quidditch or whatever, somewhere on campus there were a bunch of arty students rehearsing. I swear to you, I have been thinking about that theater program ever since the trailer debuted. And I am dying to read some fan fiction where people talk all about how the Hufflepuffs run the theater department. Because come on, you know Hufflepuffs are the artsy students. Sure, Ravenclaw values creativity. But Hufflepuff makes you tap out a rhythm on a beer barrel before you can get access to the common area. You tell me that doesn't sound like the theater house. So the opening to Harry Potter and the Cursed Child got me thinking about that theater program again. Especially the backstage part. Because let's face it, if you had access to magic, would you ever use a thunder sheet again? No! You'd be creating miniature thunderstorms backstage. Would you ever have to correctly patch a dimmer again? No! You just flick your wand and all the lights would change. So it got me thinking, what spells do you think the backstage crew at Hogwarts had to learn? I asked around on Twitter and got some great suggestions. @JMusara wrote, not taught in any official Hogwarts class, but dear God, please don't let me muck this up, is a pretty popular incantation. Which, I can agree with that, but it's not nearly magic enough. Todd Prophet suggested Patronus Digital Multiplexus 512 for lighting control. Which seems pretty obvious after all. I mean, you've got to control all those floating candles somehow. Silly Bee submitted a whole list, including Expelliarmus Diva, do not behave badly around the Hogwarts crew, Audio Milius Sunt Quietum, to keep those rock musicals in check, and Telephonia Cellularum avec nunc servicio, which I can guarantee many people actually wish did exist. For me, I figured there had to be one like Sea Wrench Digitorum, which turned your hands into a sea wrench to make focus go quicker. Then there's Sacco Levo, to levitate the road box full of Sacco cable to wherever you need it instead of having to push it. And finally, the Tech Time Turner, which magically speeds everyone past technical rehearsal, but still makes sure all your cues are written and perfected. And that's what I got for now. Tell me what backstage spells you wish existed in the comments, and I'll see you next month.